Oh, we are live, folks. I started the stream a little bit early, but you know, whatever happens, happens, I guess. I just I got I'll talk to you for a second. I got a new monitor so that my Mac could be two monitors wide because obviously one monitor is great, but another monitor is even better. Um Welcome back to the Big Orris experience. I am the Orris himself, Seth Orris. And today is February 14th, also known as Valentine's Day. And man, I'm excited to be here. There's a lot to talk about today. I'm going to be doing a few things. I'm going to be reviewing Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm also going to be talking about that Stranger Things teaser that we got today, along with the Batman screen test that came out yesterday that was it was something. I mean, heck, we're going to talk about it. Also, probably just talk about the other movies I saw yesterday. One of the reviews is out right now for The Photograph, which was definitely, it was pretty good. I found myself enjoying it quite a bit. But with that, let's get right into it. Let's start with my Sonic review. Sonic the Hedgehog, that is, if you will. Um, this movie is very strange to me. It is not bad. It is not good. It is just sort of what it is. I don't know really how to put it better. The movie is sort of just the most bland film I've seen this year. It's not fun. It's not boring. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just a movie that's in the zeitgeist and that kids will probably enjoy, I'm assuming. I felt like it was something that was definitely very strange. I don't know. I didn't get anything out of it. Jim Carrey is okay. Feels like he's trying really hard to be wacky, which he's a pretty wacky guy in most of his roles. So to see it really kind of manifest itself in him like trying really hard to be wacky was strange. If you are watching, hit the live chat. Are you guys gonna see Sonic the Hedgehog? I'm wondering how much money it's actually going to be making this weekend, which is definitely the big question I'm sure on a lot of people's minds. I can see it making a lot of money because it is a kids movie. It's the first kids movie we get this year that is somewhat okay, that I'd be okay taking my kids to. But yeah, it's really just it happened. The film kind of, so Sonic the Hedgehog, it starts with him being a child and basically him training his whole life to move from place to place because he has this power that everybody wants. And then he lives in this small town where James Marsden is also located, and I believe James Marsden is the sheriff of that town. And he just kind of chills all day. He has a little place, kind of getting ready to move on to this next world as soon as somebody discovers him. And what do you know? He's playing baseball one day and realizes that he's really lonely and depressed. So he like runs the bases really fast, and then a big electro surge goes through the U.S. and that kind of, he screws himself. Truthfully, like, I don't know what he's doing there. I get that he's sad because he's lonely, but I mean, why you got to run the bases, man? What's the deal with that? Why can't you just be you? You know what I'm saying? And then they bring in Jim Carrey, who's this big wacky scientist who apparently is the smartest man on the earth, to talk to find this unknown entity. And Sonic has really taken a liking to James Marsden's character, so he goes to James Marsden's house to throw the ring out and run away. And then one thing leads to another. What do you know? He gets pooped because James Marsden sees him and gets scared and shoots him with the trank gun. And then it turns into a road trip film of them trying to get to San Francisco so that Sonic can retrieve his rings. And it's just, I wish it was more fun. There was points where I was like, I feel like this is getting somewhere. I feel like this is about ready to be a fun movie. Talking about Sonic the Hedgehog for anyone who is just kind of getting here to view. It just isn't anything to me. It's a movie that I'll never watch again and that I don't care to watch again. And I think that's sort of just how my view of it's going to go. I do think for kids will probably have a really fun time with the movie, and I hope they do. And I hope anyone who sees it this weekend, because I do think it will probably come in number one box office wise this weekend, especially with Birds of Prey not doing very well. If Birds of Prey would have had a really great weekend last weekend, I probably would have told you that Birds of Prey would be coming in at number one this weekend, but I think Sonic's got it. Then I think Birds of Prey will take the number two slot. And then the film that I reviewed for the channel here, The Photograph, will come in at number three. The Photograph is so good, by the way, guys. One of the best romantic films of the past year that I've seen. Not even just this year, of course, but the past year. It is absolutely encapsulating. It is truly a magnificent movie. Check out my review. Maybe it will be on the suggested side of the YouTube. Who knows? I'm going to take a quick drink of water because my voice is... You know how that goes. But no. How's everyone's Thanksgiving? Man, it's one of those days. How's everyone's Valentine's Day going? Anyone got any big plans tonight? My big plan is to, probably take some Budweiser and watch a movie. That's what I always do. But Valentine's Day, it just feels a little bit more like I'm in a relationship with myself, which I kind of am. I'd like to say that my first love is movies, and I still love them. So spending my time with movies is about as good as it gets, and doing it on Valentine's Day, hey, at least I don't have to buy anything for anyone. My parents hit me up real good. But Sonic, I totally went off on a tangent there. You'll have to forgive me. Like I said, today my mind's going a million miles per hour. Got a really busy weekend coming up. But Sonic, I'd give a 5 out of 10. Now, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10 for the reason is this. Like I said, and I'll say a million times, it's not good, it's not bad, it's not fun, it's not boring. It is just it's just there. You know what I'm saying? 1 Insomniac is in the house. 5:04 a.m. on my watches. Man, 5:04 a.m. Look at you. That's quite the achievement. I was up till about 6 a.m. yesterday. I was working on some reviews and doing some stuff. It's the way to go, man. I'm telling you, you get to those late hours in the night and everything seems like it's more fun. Everything seems louder the later you get into night. I don't know if you feel that way. I know that's how I feel. But no, Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm not going to recommend it. I'm not going to recommend it. If you want to take your kids to a movie, do that. That's probably the best choice for you and your kids. I also saw Downhill, which is a film starring, of course, Will Ferrell and Julie Louis-Dreyfus, which I do have a review coming out for, a formal review, as it were. So look out for that. That will probably be out on the channel tomorrow. But I'll give some quick thoughts. The film really struggles with what I like to call everyone's an assholeitis. Everyone in the movie is just an asshole. You don't care about anyone because of that. Everyone is doing things that are just I don't understand the point of all this. Why are you doing this to your kids? Why are you doing this to yourself? It just makes no sense to me at all. But yeah, that's what I'll say for now. Check out that review once it comes out. It's a quick movie, hour and 30 minutes, and that that runtime goes really quick too. It's paced very well. So yeah, so there's also a few things that have come out. Obviously, the Stranger Things teaser came out earlier today, which I have some thoughts on. I really disliked it, just to kind of give you the overview. And then we also had the Batman screen test, which came out yesterday, and I have some thoughts on that too. We'll see what we think. But man, 5:04 a.m. Where are you located? If it's 5:04 a.m. on your watches. Hey, will do. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. 1-1, I believe that's your username. That's a very cool username indeed. I appreciate you. But no, yeah, where are you located? You don't have to tell me, of course, if you don't want to, but I'm just interested to see where it is currently 5:04 a.m. Currently it's 4:08 p.m. Here. So probably, I'd guess, a foreign country for me. Europe, perhaps. Yeah, who knows? But no, let's talk about that Stranger Things teaser. What a load of crap, if you ask me. The one interesting question they had at the end of the last season, oh, Kazakhstan, Central Asia, Kazakhstan. Wow. How did you discover this? If you don't mind me asking, did you just find it on the YouTubes? That's awesome. That's like the best thing I've heard all day. I'm very happy right now that you're watching from Kazakhstan. It's made my day. Thank you. But the Stranger Things teaser had a very big, like, spoiler almost, what we had all anticipated. I'm not going to spoil it because if people don't like watching trailers, I'm not going to spoil like the actual trailer for you. But the one interesting question they had at the end of the last season, they just spoil for us. And I was like, okay, I have already started kind of losing hope for Stranger Things, and this just absolutely kind of screwed that even more. If I just don't understand why people need to spoil everything in the trailers these days. I also watched last night at the movies the new Ben Affleck film. I believe it's called The Way Back. He plays, he coaches a basketball team in it, and it spoiled the entire movie. And I was so upset because it's a movie I've really been looking forward to. And then just all of a sudden, it's just like, hey, screw you guys. We're going to spoil the entire movie. And it makes me feel like, why? I'm going to see it. Don't spoil shit. What's the point? It really, nothing bothers me more than when a trailer spoils the entire movie. And it's become more and more of a thing. Like even The Invisible Man, which is a movie coming out, I think, next week, which I'm really excited to see. It looks awesome. Oh, I just looked for someone to talk to with in YouTube. Oh, nice. Well, welcome. I'm very happy to have you. That's awesome. I love that. That actually, I'm a big crier. I'm not going to cry because of that, but that definitely makes me actually feel really good that you're watching from Kazakhstan and that you just type that in. These are not tears. These are simply just, just feel goods is what I like to call them. Well, happy Valentine's Day. I guess it's probably past Valentine's Day for you at this point. I don't know if Valentine's Day is a worldwide holiday. Maybe I sound really stupid saying that, but whatever the matter is. But no, Stranger Things trailer, spoiled too much. Get the out of here. Are you kidding me? Ridiculous. There was also the Batman, Matt Reeves, the Batman screen test, which came out yesterday, and it was it's like a 31-second video where they kind of just show him in the suit to like right here, which I know you can't see, but like right here. And it looked interesting. There were, of course, his Batman sign on his chest is like, it looks like a weapon, which I'm really into. I'm really excited to see this take on Batman. Matt Reeves obviously directed the last two Apes films in this last trilogy, and he is an absolutely phenomenal action director, so I'm really excited to see what he does with the movie. Robert Pattinson, too. If you're not a fan of Robert Pattinson at this point, I mean, that's fine. Obviously, you don't have to be, but I just think he's so talented and also so versatile with his performances. Like you watch Good Time, and he obviously came all the way from Twilight, which is my dad's favorite film of all time, and I'll die on that grave every time I go into the living room and my dad is just he's watching it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's not real, but he really doesn't like it when I tell people that. So hopefully, you know, you guys can all, if you ever meet my dad, give him crap about it because he hates it. Um, but no, today's been a bit weird, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Valentine's Day, it feels like is very much, uh, obviously, Valentine's Day is for the couples out there, for the lovers, some would say, but it always just, it doesn't make me feel bad per se. I'm always just like, man, being in love would be nice. But hey, I am in love. I'm in love with the Film Sleep Repeat Studios here. I'm blessed. I've got a great life, great family, great friends. I got 1-1 from Kazakhstan watching me right now, and that's the best thing I've had all day. And it's 5:04 a.m., which is even better. I mean, come on, get out of here. Subscribe. Then you can come hang out with us anytime you have insomnia, and we'll constantly have conversations. But no, yeah, the screen test was good. Batman looked awesome. And the score though, Michael Giacchino's score was played throughout a little bit of the score, and it sounds awesome. Michael Giacchino is a composer that I really, really dig, and I think him working with Matt Reeves on the Batman is really quite cool, really quite awesome. By the way, any tech people out there, you guys have any suggestions for microphones? I need one more microphone, and I've got two of the blue mics, and I've got one just condenser mic that I got off of Amazon that's actually really freaking awesome and works really well. But I'm trying to get one more mic so I can start doing four people on shows. Gonna do one show a week with guests, and I want to do shows with four people. So if you have any suggestions for mics that possibly, if you're a tech person and you've used, let me know in the comments. Obviously, I don't want it to be too expensive. I'm not, running a big business here. I'm simply what you would call a dream chaser. But no, let me know. I appreciate it. And yeah, movies. I mean, shit, they're pretty good. I'm seeing Fantasy Island right after I do this stream. Actually, I'm seeing it at about like 5:30, and I mean, I don't know why it didn't play last night. They didn't do Thursday night preview screenings. They only just it opened truthfully today. You weren't able to see it last night, which I hate. Let me see it on Thursday. Like, I don't want to go to the theater on Thursday and then go to the theater on Friday. And some people are like, why don't you just go to the theater on Friday? Maybe because I don't want to. Dad. No, I kid, of course, I kid. You guys wanna look at Robert Pattinson's Batman with me real fast? Look at this. Alright, let's see. Pulling this up. Alright. Oh, I need to open a new tab. Okay. No need to worry. Alright, everyone. Now, please let me know in the live chat if there's any problems with the like actual the sound or anything, because I don't want you guys to have to look into a million different things, as you can see there. But no, let me know in the live chat. Let's see. So, Batman screen test. We could watch it, but then also it's definitely. Oh, look at that. It actually looks quite. Like, it looks kind of badass. I like the red. It kind of has that Daredevil feel, which I'm into. Robert Pattinson, the chin. Everyone's all about the chin when it comes to Batman, which I'm all about. You look at his Batman, and he just looks. I believe the Batman, this new movie is going to be taking place back in the 80s, which, if that's the case, definitely looks like the suit is more 80s, in my opinion. Let's see if there's like a. Oh yeah, and there's the bat on his chest. There's the it looks like almost weapons. It looks like this one is probably a grappling hook of some time. Oh, please, James, get out of my face. They don't mess up everything. Uh, Sans one. Okay. Well, I don't know. Don't you have? I mean, Matt Reeves is cool. I like Matt Reeves. Man, I mean, I don't blame you. DC has made a lot of bad movies. I walked into the other room the other day. It was like 8 p.m. and my dad was watching Batman vs Superman because it was on TV, and that's what dads do, I guess. And man, I even just watching like 3 minutes of that movie. That movie absolutely freaking sucks so bad. But I do like these. It looks like that's possibly like a grapple hook, and it looks like this is I don't know what that is, but I'm into it. You know what I'm saying? I can definitely dig it. It Whose chin is better? Robert Pattinson, okay? The chin. Not into comics, but Deadpool is an exception. I can dig that. Deadpool is probably the most accessible comic book character for a lot of people, from what I've heard. Just because it's so much more of a like a comedy over the top film than a comic book movie almost. Um, or Christian Bale, who has the better chin? That's a pretty good chin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm into it. That suit is definitely, I think I like that suit more. We haven't seen the full suit yet, though. But no, I mean, what did you guys think? James, I don't know if you were in here when I was talking about the Stranger Things teaser that came out today. What did you think about it? I really disliked it personally. I think that the one interesting question they had set up last season at the end, they just had to answer, and I hate that. Why you got to spoil everything? Because now I'm just like, I'm already kind of on the downhill when it comes to just overall Stranger Things. I really liked the last season, but I feel like I'm nervous that they're going to do what they do with a lot of these movies, with a lot of these television series, and they just like bury it. It keeps going. It's so good, so good, so good. But eventually, you got to come down. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't like it very much. I am interested to see, possibly what you thought. But no, I mean, heck. So kind of an overview of what we've gone over so far. I see we have 4 viewers right now. I know a lot of you probably haven't been in the whole time. We talked about Sonic, which I didn't care for, but I didn't hate. I gave it a 5 out of 10. It's not great. It's not bad. It's not fun. It's not boring. It's the most mediocre film I've seen in the past, like, 6 months. Just purely mediocre. But not terrible, which I mean is one thing. It could just be a bad movie, and it's not, which is awesome. Good for them. I really like the design of Sonic. Actually, I was a big fan of. I think that them going back and working on it was well worth the time, and I hope that people go see it, because I do think that these artists, this film, the filmmakers, everything, I think they deserve to make their money back, especially for that investment, working on something for those hardcore Sonic fans. Would I have cared either other way? But what's a 7 and 10 out of 10 for you? 2 movies per. So are you asking what movie is a 7 out of 10? And what 2 movies are a 10 out of 10 for me, James? Is that what you're asking there? I'm going to start answering that. And then if that's not what you mean, stop me. A movie that's a 7 out of 10, I would put like, that I've recently seen, or that I'm just thinking about. Oh, shit. That's a good question. Man, you got me stumped. Okay, yes. I'll start with the 10 out of 10. I think Parasite is a 10 out of 10 film. I think that it is a masterpiece entirely. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And I think people who try and nitpick it never actually have good reasons why they're nitpicking it. A lot of people are just like, I don't want to read the subtitles. Now, I know that's not everyone, but it's a ridiculous reason. So Parasite would be a 10 out of 10. Another 10 out of 10 would probably for me be The Wolf of Wall Street, just because it's a movie I've been thinking about lately and I watched about 2 weeks ago. I think it's a near perfect film in the way it dives into America and the American dream and American greed. And Jordan Belfort is he's such a bad guy, but the whole movie isn't like justifying his actions, which I really dig. It's really putting a lens on him and saying you have to decide if you think this is good or if this is bad. Because I have friends out there that I know love The Wolf of Wall Street, and they love it because they're like, I want my life to be like Jordan Belfort's, which I think, yikes, first of all. It's like when people tell me that they want to be like Arthur Fleck from Joker. They're like, I want to be just like him. I want everything I do to be just like him. I'm like, no, you don't. Don't say that, because if that's the case, I don't really want to hang out with you, because I don't want you killing me a year down the line. But no, Wolf of Wall Street is great. Now, 7 out of 10. What the shit? 7 out of 10, I'll honestly take an example of... Oh, shit. It's a good question. It's a good question. I have a hard time thinking about movies on the fly. So I'm looking up at my film collection here to see what I can possibly come up with that I would give a 7 out of 10. Let's see. You know what? I actually have a really good one that I'll grab for you guys. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Thanks for staying. Now, The Intern. The Intern is a film that I just want to... let's see. All right, I just want to gauge your gauge. I get it. So The Intern is a film I'd give a 7 out of 10. Why? Because it is a very good movie, but it doesn't reach that platform of great for me. I think when I give a film like an 8 to a 10 out of 10, within there, I think it's really like reaching to that point where I think it's a great movie. Now, The Intern is a film that is very funny, is very good, is some enjoyable performances, but there's nothing great about it. There's nothing that I'm going to walk out and be like, oh my gosh. Well, actually there was, when I first saw it, there was one scene that made me laugh so hard I pissed my pants in the theater, which was very embarrassing. Don't worry, it didn't get anywhere. As someone, obviously we all know, we worked in the movie theater, and I would never make that kind of mess, but I peed a little. But no, I really like it. I think it's a funny movie. I think it's an overall well-made movie, but I don't think it's great. So my gauge is kind of like this. 8 to 10, I think more 9 to 10 is really that great film. 8 is like, it's so close to great, it's possibly even reaching into that great pocket. And 7 is a very well-made movie that I really liked. It's like this, too. Weirdly enough, a film I would give a 7 out of 10 to is Grown Ups, the first Grown Ups film, which is terrible. It's a terribly made movie. But I enjoyed it so much, and there's so much nostalgia there for me, that I give it a 7 out of 10. And I'm never going to give it above that, because I feel like then, like I'm saying, it's reaching into that great pocket. But no, I'd give it a 7. Let's see, 1 comments in. I hope that answers the question, James. Let me know if that makes sense. If it doesn't, I don't know. Maybe I'll think about explaining it in a different way. What about last Scorsese's The Irishman? Will it take film of a year? I think, obviously it didn't win Best Picture at the Oscars or anything like that. I definitely had it in my top 5 of last year. It is, without a doubt, one of those films that I would put in that category. I think on my recent review I did on the channel, I gave it a 9.5 out of 10 because I think it is a near masterpiece. But I do think some of the CGI kind of had me taken out of the film a bit. And in that case, that's really It's tough because 95% of the CGI is great and looks fantastic. And the way they made those guys look younger is. Oh, I'm up for it, James. I'll do it in just 1 second. But the way they made those guys look younger is insane. And you look at just like the pure, I didn't notice 95% of the time, but the first few minutes of them doing it, I definitely noticed on Robert De Niro. Now, so that's kind of, I definitely think for if anyone had it as their best film of the year, I'd say definitely respect it. I want to know a 3, a 1, and a 0 if you're up for it. I'm up for it. I'm all in. A film I'd give a 3 out of 10 would have to be, oh shit. That's a good question. What's up, Riley? 3 out of 10. Cause that's like I really have to dislike that movie or think it's bad. Okay, I'm gonna start at a 0. This is pretty tough. I'm trying to think. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up my Letterboxd because I have a few on there that I actually... Letterboxd, by the way, somehow someone from Letterboxd is listening to this, sponsor me because I love your service. But they allow me to look at my ratings like this. Let's see. But it's redeemable. Yes, I'd agree. Let's see. Yeah, let's see a film I'd give 3 stars. I'm trying to think. Man, this is a tough question. The Room. See, The Room is not a movie that I'd give The Room more of a again like a 5 or 6 out of 10 because it is so bad. It's terrible, in fact, but it is absolutely a film I love and that I'd watch at any time. So I have a hard time giving it less than a 5. A 3 for me is a film that I never really want to watch again, but yes, it's not a film that I'm going to be like going and actively shitting on, if that makes sense. Okay, funny enough, I have one here from last year, and a lot of people are going to hate this opinion, and that's fine. It's merely an opinion. Rocket Man is a film I would give a 3 out of 10. Yes, the Elton John biopic starring Taron Egerton. I thought it was so bad. I truly did not like it nearly at all. I think that a big problem I have with it, and I get that, the film is a real look into like the alcoholism and, the drug abuse and all that stuff with him. But there's no moment in the film where I felt like Elton John was happy. And I'm like, come on. You're telling me that there's nothing in those early days that was happy for him? Like, there was never a time when he was even a little bit happy. And I was just miserable the entire time. And Elton John's music, like, I don't feel like it should make me miserable. And I love his music. I think he's one of the greatest recording artists of all time. And I listen to his music actively, at least once a week. And I really had a hard time with that movie. But there are filmmaking elements there that I do think are great. Not great, good. I think Taron Egerton's performance is good. I think some of the direction is fine. And that's a film I'd give a 3 out of 10, actually. And let's see, a 1 out of 10. Again, people are going to hate this opinion. I'd give... Oh, shit. Actually, no, because I actually think it's a pretty competently made movie. 1 out of 10 is a little bit harder for me, actually. Because 1 out of 10 is just a movie that is so bad that... But maybe I find like one thing that is at least okay. I'm trying to think. You're asking all the hard questions here. Oh, a movie I'd give 1 out of 10 is The Nun from the Conjuring series. The Nun is so bad. There's literally a part where the priest throws like holy water onto like this evil spirit, and he literally said the line the power of Christ compels you, bitch, or something like that. And I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. So that's why I give it a 1 out of 10. But the rest of the movie is so bad. It's not scary. It's not good. It's just bad. But no. And I know, James, I know you're a big Elton John fan. Isn't that correct? Did you not go to his concert and post some photos of it? I believe I saw So I wonder if you liked Rocket Man. If you did, I'm very happy about that. If you didn't, very good, very good. Now, a film I'd give 0 out of 10 stars. You know what? The second Jurassic World film, I'd give 0 out of 10 stars because I think everything about that movie is terrible. I think that the first like 10, 15 minutes is cool, but the rest of the movie, the whole auctioning off of the dinosaurs just all felt really bad, and I just really I hated it. I don't I can't watch that movie again either. If someone ever suggests it, I'm like, ugh, get away from me. Get away from me. Okay, James, which makes sense. And then Riley puts in, of course, here's the thing with Seth and Riley, Monday afternoons. That is true. That is mine and my good boy Riley's secrets. My good friend, not my good boy. I say that too much. It's our sports podcast. So tune into that. But no, Jurassic World 2, and that's, I know with a lot of people, an unpopular opinion, but I just hate it. I remember seeing it in the theater, and it was like ending, and I felt so terrible because the kid next to me really loved it and was smiling and laughing, and I was like, I'm so happy for this kid. Why can't I have that experience with this movie? It was the first time that I was like, sometimes you gotta like, and obviously there's gonna be grown-ups that love the movie. Do I ever watch anime movies? Yes, I do, and I'll talk about some in a second. But no, yeah, so for all you Jurassic World stans out there, I'm sorry. Forgive me, please. I'll still watch the next one. I love Chris Pratt. He's great. Anime movies? Yes. Now, I've had this discussion with a lot of people because when I was in, so I went to high school at like a film high school, and there was a Miyazaki class who is like a master of the art. And a lot of people have told me recently, they're like, well, don't say you've watched anime movies if all you've watched is Miyazaki films. And I think that's bullshit, personally. Like, Spirited Away is one of those movies that I absolutely love. Howl's Moving Castle is my favorite anime of all time. I do want to hear from you, Parky Fire. Do you, obviously you probably watch anime. Do you enjoy anime? What's your favorite? But yeah, I really enjoy it. I have a hard time with it a lot of the times just because that art form, obviously, it's so impressive and it's so advanced and it's so great. And I have nothing but respect for the artists and the films. But I have a hard time staying engaged throughout them, which I know is weird because again, it's such an incredible art form. But that's been my biggest trouble with it. Lately, I've definitely come around, though, and rewatched all of Miyazaki's films, and I just think he is a absolute legend of the art, and I love him a lot. If you do have any anime recommendations also, please put them in the chat because I'll watch them this weekend, and I will come to you guys next week with an anime, maybe an anime episode. Yeah, see, James, I agree, and I totally push back when people say, Miyazaki doesn't count because he doesn't make just animated movie. He makes anime. That is anime by all intensive purposes, in my opinion. Now, I don't know. People maybe just want to give me shit because I didn't like anime for a long time, and now I like Miyazaki films. So they're like, "Oh, you don't like real anime? Oh, get the out of my face." I'm trying to keep the F words to a minimum. Let's see. Okay, Your Name and A Silent Voice. I really like those films. Okay, Parky Fire, I'll tell you what. Right now, let's see. I am going to write those down really fast, briefly. Silent Voice and Your Name. Your Name is a movie that everyone tells me I need to see, and that they tell me that I'll cry like a little bitch. And I hope so. I love movies that make me cry. Nothing makes me happier than when a movie makes me cry. One does chime in. I've been waiting for is for Searching for Alaska, the John Green film that is currently filming. Supposed to come out soon. I'm not too invested in John Green's movies as far as his adaptations from book to film, but I can definitely see why you would be. and I am definitely, I'll check it out when it comes out for sure, and I'll definitely talk about it here. When I hope you're able to subscribe and come hang out with us more, because having you all the way from Kazakhstan has been awesome. Same with you, Parky Fire. I don't know if you're subscribed to me, or subscribe below. Do that thing. And Akira and Ghost in the Shell are two movies that I definitely actually have on my list to see. So I will I'll check those out for sure. Sailor Moon. I don't know what Sailor Moon is. Maybe that makes me an idiot, but hey, I'll put it on a list and I'll come to you guys then. But no, one sec. I got to take a drink because I've been talking a lot. All right. Also, I was contemplating this, but I'm gonna do it. And it's one of those things that like I said, I've been contemplating. But for those of you watching, it will be very much worth it for you to stay watching for like 2 minutes. Real fast, I'm gonna put you back on the show will be starting soon screen. And then I have something coming up after that. It will probably be like literally 2 minutes. But stick around because it's going to be really awesome. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. Sorry, I had to grab something. I was deciding before the stream if I wanted to do it or not, and I wasn't going to, but everyone's been so awesome commenting that I definitely want to do it. Um, I definitely think an anime focused stream would be awesome. I think honestly, I think it would really open me up to it too. And yeah, Nausicaa is one of the best. Howl's Moving Castle, like I said, my favorite anime of all time. And Princess Mononoke is, yeah, something else. Those Miyazaki films, man, they get me. They get me for sure. Okay, I'm going to do a giveaway right now. Now, let's see here. I have one, I don't know, I don't want you to see the code. I have one Joker digital code for the film Joker. Now, I want to give it away to one of the people who's been watching, whether it is 1-1, James, Parky Fire, or Riley. There's 4 of you. If anyone else is watching, feel free to join in. Now, I'm going to have you all, I'm going to assign a number to each of you. This is very sort of off the cuff. I didn't think of a better way to do this. James, you're going to be number 1. Parky Fire, you're number 2. 1-1, number 3. And Riley's going to be number 4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over to this screen capture. Let's see. Oh my goodness gracious. This has been a pain in my ass. Getting this all set up. Random.org. Okay, so only one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Let's see. So you have a 1 out of 3 chance to win a free movie. That's pretty good. You ask me. You know what I'm saying? If I know we have some new people watching the stream, real fast, before I press this generate button, if you want to be included in this giveaway, comment down below. Let me know. But if not, in like literally 30 seconds, I'm gonna do it. Again, a Joker digital code that you could possibly win just for commenting in the stream. You know, it's a lot of fun. Possibly get you a free movie night. You know, do whatever you feel like. But no, yeah, I'm gonna do it in 10, 9, 8. But also, I feel like, what if the comments lag a little bit? I don't care. All right, 1, 2, 3, generate. Oh, 3, which was 1-1. Now 1-1. if you are watching, still, I know obviously it was super late where you're at. Maybe you'll watch the playback. If you look here, um, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter, either of those two places. If you message me, I'll just message you the actual digital code itself. Like I will send you the digital code so that you can redeem it and have it in your personal movie collection. Um, Thank you to everyone, obviously, who has watched the video this far and has hung out with me today. And James, I do think, I think the later stream is probably the best idea for us over here for the Big Orris experience. I do think it just gives more people a chance to watch after work and all that good stuff. And I really appreciate everyone who did watch today. I'm going to end the stream here, 1-1. If you don't reach out to me, I'll try reaching out to you, seeing what I can figure out. But no, guys, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I hope everyone has a great Valentine's Day, and I hope everyone has a great weekend, just in general. Like, live it up. This has been an awesome first week doing this show. I had the idea literally last week. I was like, I would love to do a daily just show where I talk for, 30 minutes to an hour about movies or whatever it is. I want to thank everyone who's been here hanging out this week. I want to thank, obviously, Sevi and Brooks, who came on Thursday to actually chat with me. And next week we have special guests on Wednesday. We're going to have my good friend Jaron Bishop. And on Friday, Jackson Hayes, my good friend, is premiering his film. His new short film is going to premiere here on this show. So everyone can see that first over here at Film Sleep Repeat. I really appreciate you guys and have a great rest of your evening. Thanks.